and I'm an old school environmentalist. I believe in basically trying to, in inverted commas, save the planet about land and the sea and the air, cut pollution and so on. Give as much support to farmers who are the true environmentalists and so on. But I'm not a supporter of net zero. I think it is crass logic, a whiff of corporatism whereby we are paying more taxes for giant corporates to get a lot of subsidies and solutions that hammer the poor. ULEZ being a perfect example of that. And then there's also the gross hypocrisy in things like electric cars, which are, in terms of the battery, the cobalt component plundered from the fields of Congo with child slaves. And also, the numbers don't add up. China emits more carbon than the rest of the developed world put together.
Yeah.
So maybe there should be a discussion had about that, rather than putting draconian measures in place that hammer the vulnerable and the poor, enterprises and business, and day-to-day life as well. A lot of it is disruptive, a lot of it is crass logic, and a lot of it damages the economy. So from putting all that together, it's the right thing to do. But yes, he has framed it around political motives running up to the next election.
Well, I mean, good for him, I say, because it certainly put Keir Starmer on the back foot. And, of course, Keir Starmer's response to it, almost incredibly, politically illiterate, if you ask me, is to say, well, if Labour get in, we'll bring back the ban on petrol and diesel cars in 2030. Why does he think that's a vote winner?
I mean, Labour seem to be doing every single attempt not to win the election. They've got this election in the palm of their hand if they want, largely because of the economy. People don't really buy into Sunak, and they're basically bored and fed up of this government. It's time for a change. But Labour aren't offering that effective change. I think on net zero, on the other side of the election, there should be a referendum on net zero. It is time to let the people decide on this actually hugely significant issue, and we can get both sides of the debate out on this. Not just on one aspect of environmentalism, and not accuse people of being climate change deniers because they're against net zero. What people are against, like the COVID response in a lot of cases, is crass logic solutions, draconian and authoritarian measures that basically the public are not going to buy anymore. And it's time for a referendum.